Hi, Kira here from my park again. You will see me soon. You know, I had my Systema trainings with my guys in this area here, very near the children's playground, little children's playground, small. And I had my Soho Combat System outdoor trainings all over down that path in the winter time, and I remember it was the winter around 7 o'clock in the evening, and it was dark here, dark, dark, dark. And there was this guy standing here like a maniac, and I went from this path and I started walking very fast because I was late to my training down there, and the whole this line was so dark and he couldn't see what's going on down there, and he started following me from that point. And I thought to myself, go guy, go with me, because when I reach the end there, you will find out. So you feel free, follow me and try to catch me. And then he realized that down there are 10 guys heavily armed hitting each other with the sticks and punching each other with the fists. And I said, hi guys, and he just turned and ran away, and this was my great moment. However, I had to show you, each summer I carry this bag because I love small female handbags, but in my great bag I always just checking the car, no, the wrong car. In my great bag I have something against mosquitoes, a perfume against mosquitoes. I have the other stuff against. These are my papers for the bank here right now. This is my seal for my company. This is the stuff for mosquitoes used here, but I avoid to use it. I prefer to use it perfume, and to drown everyone around me in my perfume. And usually I have dancing shoes and bottle of water and my denim jacket or umbrella, but I also got this toy, and I love this toy. And for my black dress I have the black nunchakas, and man, I love them. uh, they give me a certain feeling of security because I'm always in short skirts like this. And yes, a few times in my life I was attacked, and a few times in my life I had to negotiate with different kind of people on the street, and I'm very dangerous standing on the corner of the street waiting for the street light to change and eating the ice cream because men are focused beings. They can do only one thing at a time, and he cannot drive and look at me at the same time. So there were some small car accidents happening while I was eating my ice cream on the street, and I'm only sorry for the guys on motorcycles when they fell off, but what the hell, that's their problem, it's not mine. So let's do our astrology moment, and I try to be very short with this. Mars in the sign of Uranus. It's not Uranus, it's Uranus, and I'm going to turn the camera so you can see me. Okay, I hope you can see me, and I don't have the holder, so this will jump a bit. So the Mars in the sign of Uranus is not the weak Mars. As you know, the planet Mars in the sign of Capricorn is the strongest position for the Mars there is, and this is the natured built type of Mars, practicing in the woods, practicing in the open, carrying logs, wooden logs, and so on and so on. Very determined, very focused Mars. But when it comes to the sign of Aquarius, and he will be for a shorter amount of time, starting from those days until the 27th of 26th, 27th, the end of the month of June, Mars will turn retrograde, and I will do just one video about retrograde Mars. and he will return into the sign of Capricorn. As per Vedic astrology, Mars is all the time in the sign of Capricorn, so he will be extremely strong throughout this whole summer, but he will be going backwards and you will be out of your mind, and I will tell you why in the separate video. But however, if you look at the sign of Aquarius, you have to know that on the other side there is the sign of Leo. Leo is the king, so the sign of Aquarius is his people, social environment. So this Mars is strong, but not when he's alone. When he is in the group with other the same thinking type of guys, and this Mars in Aquarius loves to dress the same. We all have the same denim jeans and the same t-shirts and the same jackets and the same caps, and we do the makeup in the same manner, and we go out in the same places, and we think the same, and we love the same gadgets, and we are one of the crowd, one of the team, and we are very strong in this position. When he's alone, he's not so strong, but no, he's not weak, but he loves to be in the company of other similar thinking type of people. And this Mars is great for pioneering spirits and for astronauts and so on, because this Mars helped when new territories had to be conquered, when not when the army came there, but when the poor people came there, because the traditional ruler of the sign of Aquarius is the planet Saturn. And first you put the army to clean the place, and then place is deserted, and then the poor people come to go there to find their happiness. Aquarius type of Mars conquered the Northern America, and the Northern America, not so much Southern, and Australia. And those are all those groups of people who are going with horses and cattle and chickens and women and children, and they are very poor, but they are very determined to get their own land, to start to growing their own crops and raising their own cattle, and their children will no more be hungry, and so on and so on. This is this type of Mars. This is not so much the warrior type of Mars. It's more about exploration and gaining the new territories, to stop the poverty, to stop the hunger, to stop any horrible condition he has to face and his family has to face. So the groups of people are moving through the vast lands together, because if they go alone, they will be dead. Animals will eat them, native tribes will kill them, and so on and so on. But when they unite, they become stronger. And this is the basic moment of evolution, because not the cleverest people or not the strongest people are the one who rule, but the people who unite. And all the ideas of socialism, communism, equality, against royalty, and so on, all those ideas were started in the sign of Aquarius. Russia, as the greatest communist country from the past, is in the sign of Aquarius. Their people are Mars is in the Aquarius. Russian troops freed the whole Europe by the end of the Second World War. They had such great losses in men and so on, but they freed almost every country in the Europe, because this was the power of the Mars in Aquarius, because they were united under one idea, and they were ready to die for this idea, because there was no other option in their lives. And I wanted to tell you, when it's positioned very well, this could be a great sign for the inventor, for people who are doing well, repairing washing machines, cars, any type of electrical device. Those are those guys who are together hanging in the garage doing some car readjustments and making the rocket out of the old car and so on and so on. And in some cases, this could be a sign of the great inventor if the planet Uranus is positioned as it should, because the Uranus is considered to be the traditional planet ruling the sign of Aquarius, and when together with the planet Mars, things are marvelous. But in those days, this is the end of May, and then again by the end of June, beginning of July, Mars and Uranus won't be positioned so good. So take care about, as I said many times before, grounding and electricity. Grounding is the main problem here if you are doing anything. So if your Mars in Aquarius is negatively positioned, you will have the tendency to gather with the people who will have negative effects on you, or who will do some negative things, destructive things. If this Mars is usual, then you will be a usual human being who loves to be with others and do some usual sporting activities, and going to the places of the mass gatherings, celebration, and so on. And you would like love or like to explore new territories, being the lands or the mind or anything. But when you are safe in the group of the people who are thinking the same like you, and if this Mars is positioned in better or auspicious place, or making very beneficial aspects, then it could be the sign that you are a great inventor. At least you will be magnificent engineer, or a guy who fixes and readjusts things and improve things around himself or herself. It doesn't matter, a woman can have the same spirit in her at the same time with this Mars. So this is it for today. Love you all, and this was your astrologer Kira, and these are some Marses in Aquarius around me, symbolizing those kids are going to the military high school, they will go to the military academy. And a few years ago, women were allowed to start the military academy, and now I'm afraid. Because it's not, it is in the nature of some women to do it, but it's not in the nature of all women, and we should not be equal by this, because women in this country, women will have some benefits when applying for military jobs, and men will have some benefits when applying for an instance, for kindergarten jobs, which is totally out of the nature for the sake of equality. This is some of the mishaps sign of Aquarius carries, because we have the equal rights, but we are not equal. We have some other type of